Hey there, welcome and thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. It'll help my channel grow. If this is your first time here, I hope you consider subscribing. I'd love for you to join my YouTube family. And don't forget to click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. So I'm going to be using the smaller size hula hoop from Dollar Tree. And I know sometimes they don't have them at Dollar Tree, but you can easily purchase a hula hoop at Walmart for a few dollars. So I'm removing the sticker off of my hula hoop. But another option, if you don't want to do this, is go ahead and spray paint your hula hoop. Once you removed all your sticker from your hula hoop, we're going to wrap it around with some burlap ribbon. Now, if you're going to purchase the ribbon from Dollar Tree, I would recommend you get 4 of them. But thanks to Burlap fabric, they sent me some burlap ribbon, so I'm going to be using theirs. And you're going to go ahead and just cut an angle and then glue that angle to your hula hoop of burlap, like so. And then just go ahead and cut a good size of ribbon off of your holder, and then you're just going to wrap it around your hula hoop like so. And every so often, go ahead and add some hot glue just to help your burlap stay in place. Now make sure that when you're wrapping it around your hula hoop, you wrap it around nice and tight. And you just do this to the entire hula hoop. Once you're done gluing the ribbon to your hula hoop, we're going to go ahead and get some cotton stems that I got at Dollar Tree. They're really pretty and they're huge. I've never gotten them. Last year I wasn't lucky enough to find any at my store, so this time when I found them, I grabbed the whole box. So I have quite a few of these cotton ball stems. So I'm using 5 of the stems. You could use 4 to 5 would be a nice amount, depending on how full you want your wreath to look. So just go ahead and remove them off of the packaging, and then we're going to twist 2 together and then the other 2 together also. So you're going to just wrap 2 and 2 together. And they have the wiring, so you can just twist it. You really don't need anything to hold it in place. It'll stay in place with the wiring that from the stem. Once you've twisted it around and have one long stem like so, go ahead and cut off the extra stem from the last cotton, where the last cotton ball's at, and leave about 4 to 5 inches of the stem. Just like so. Now you get your other 2 stems that you've already wrapped together, and now we're going to wrap all 4 together. And I do it this way, that way I can work my cotton balls around to where I know they need to be, so they can look even and full all around like so. And then just start working with it and bending it to where it fits your hula hoop. Once you're done, you can leave it like so, or like I did, and I grabbed the 5th cotton stem. But as you can see, you really don't need it if you don't want it to be more fuller, but I did. So I went ahead and just twisted it around one side. Just like so. And now I'm going to show you what I'm going to use, which are some of these pumpkins and some of this grass, fall grass. So what you do is just go ahead and cut off all of the fall grass stems, and then you set your pumpkins aside, and we're going to use zip ties to put together your cotton stems to your hula hoop. And I just found this neater than to add glue all around your stems to add it to your hula hoop. So I would recommend you using some zip ties as well. Now we're going to use some of the zigzag burlap wire ribbon from Dollar Tree. And what I do is I'm just going to wrap it kind of loosely around my wreath where the cotton stems are at, because I'm going to actually add it on a little bit later on down the line. But I wanted to make sure I had enough before I actually used the rest of the ribbon to make a bow. So this is just something that I do so I can make sure I have enough to wrap around whatever I'm going to do first. And then whatever is left over, I usually save or use as to make a bow. So this is just go ahead and remove the rest of the zigzag from your wiring, right? And then just wrap it around to make a bow. And it's going to be a 2-loop bow. Now you're going to get some burlap, one of the ribbons from Dollar Tree if you choose to, and go ahead and remove it all from, we're going to use the entire roll of the ribbon to make a larger bow. And you just wrap it around and then twist it with a zip tie or a twist tie. And then we're going to work the bow to make it nice and fluffy. And just kind of play with it and figure out where you're going to want it. We're not going to add it on just yet, but just so you can know where you're going to place it so you can make sure you don't add anything in that area. So with the zigzag wiring ribbon that we removed from the roll, we're going to go ahead and wrap it around the same way as many times as you can, depending on how much you're going to use to place around your wreath. Remove the ends, pull them out just like so. Make sure you have the same amount of hoops on each side, and then we're going to squeeze it together, and then we're going to use a zip tie or some twisty to twist it together just like so. And then we're going to work with this bow and just kind of pull it apart. And you can add as many or as little bows as you'd like. I just wanted these 2 colors. So we're going to go ahead and then I'm going to attach them together, both bows. And we'll be playing with this bow throughout the entire time. I don't know about you guys, but I just keep playing with the bows until basically I'm done with my wreath or whatever project I'm doing. Just because we keep moving it around, but I like to have it around so I can make sure I'm leaving enough space and then everything else looks good around the main bow. So we're going to go ahead and make our ends look more finished by cutting them. And now getting some burlap, some zip ties or jute string if you like. We're going to actually start tying the zigzag ribbon around our wreath. And if any of the cotton balls come off of the stem, you can just place them back in or add a little bit of hot glue and then glue them back in place. So here we're just going to go ahead and start working the ribbon around the cotton stems. And basically this is preference of how you want it to look and how full or how many, hoops you want from the ribbon to be cascading around your cotton balls. And if you notice, some of them I do use the zip ties and some of them I'm using the actual cotton ball stems to twist them around. And that's that way I can work with it and make it more fuller if I choose to or not. Once you're happy where you place your ribbon, go ahead and get the fall grass that you've cut in sections or pieces. And first what I did was actually add my grass. And I'm just working it around the cotton stems and the ribbon. And once I'm happy, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue to the ends of the stem and glue it to my hula hoop. Now you can add your other stem, since it was 2 stems that we used of the fall grass, and work it around. And I placed them both on the same side. And then just add your glue when you're happy where it's at. And now you're going to go ahead and start getting the rest of your grass that you've cut and the little wheat, I guess, stems like these. And you're going to go ahead and add them to your wreath wherever you choose to. And I generally like to add one on one side, and then I go to the opposite side and add another one, just so it can balance out. Even though I'm going to add the bow to one side, I still want it to kind of look balanced. So I'm adding one and one. Once you're happy where you placed it, you just go ahead and add a little bit of glue to the end of your stems, and then just place them inside and work them around, and they'll sit and dry. And you go ahead and do that to as many or as little of the stems that you like. Once you're done adding them, which I added all of them, so basically we used both stems completely. Now I'm going to add my bow. Once I figured out where I wanted my bow, I'm going to go ahead and add some hot glue to the back of the bow and glue it onto my stems and my hula hoop. Now, grabbing a little bit of jute twine, I'm going to twist it around my bow just to give it that extra security and make sure it's not going to fall or go anywhere. Especially if you're going to have this outside or maybe in a patio, I would recommend you adding the jute twine as well. And I just tied it a good double knotted. And you can just leave the jute twine there and let it hang and be part of your bow, or you can cut it if you choose to. So basically, you can be done here. You wouldn't have to add anything else. I think it looks really pretty, especially if you like the whites and neutral colors for your fall decor. This is really, really pretty like this. And it just has that little touch of orange and touch of brown with the fall grass. And here I am, just since the ribbon has wiring, you can just twist it and curl it if you choose to, or just leave it as is. I like mine a little twisted and curled so I can kind of put them where I want the tails of my bow. Doesn't that look cute? If you like the neutrals, that's really pretty. Now I wanted to add pops of color, and I really wanted to incorporate these velvet pumpkins that I purchased at Dollar Tree as well. So what I ended up doing was using the tan color brown pumpkins, and I'm just adding glue to the pumpkin and then placing it on my hula hoop, holding it for a few seconds to allow it to dry just a little bit. And there you have it, and it'll stay just fine in place. Now I just went ahead and decided to use my brown and orange pumpkins since they match the brown and orange on the grass that I'm using. And when you're adding pumpkins to, or any kind of round object, I guess you could say, to your wreaths, make sure you add one facing one way and facing the opposite way. That way it'll look fuller and it will look even, and not just look like you just placed a whole bunch of pumpkins or round objects all the same way. Now once you're done adding your 3 pumpkins, which if you can see, I added a dark brown, light brown, and an orange. I'm going to go ahead and incorporate these little clip pumpkins that come through in a package. They're the white ones with like little brown and orange specks on it. And basically with the clip, I'm just adding them to the ribbon in between my pumpkins, like so. And then I decided to go ahead and add the one last pumpkin to my bow. And I just love this wreath. The size of it and the simplicity, to me it's a simplicity of it. It was really, really pretty. And here you have it, your large velvet pumpkin wreath. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below what color of pumpkins you're going to be using for your wreath. Till next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.